From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, December 14th. It is going to be a really nice day. Starting out a little bit chilly, nothing unusual for December, but that sunshine's going to be out again and bring us up to the 40s, maybe even the low 50s. The big note here is our Storm Track 8 team tells us really no wind chill, so it's going to feel very nice.
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lilly and Allie Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
We're following breaking news this morning. Legendary pacer George McGinnis has died. The team confirmed his death late this morning around 9 a.m. The Pacers say McGinnis died of complications from cardiac arrest suffered at his home last week. They posted this up on their website. McGinnis was a star at every level, and almost all of it here in our state, here in Indiana. Mr. Basketball at Washington High School in Indianapolis, then a star scorer at IU, and a Hall of Fame pro, with his best years as a leader on two of the Pacers' ABA championship teams. He is one of four Pacers with a retired number. George McGinnis was 73 years old. In Pacers watch, trouble on and off the court last night in Milwaukee. The Pacers lost, but that's not the big story. After the game, the two teams tangled. It all started with a search for the ball by star Giannis Antetokounmpo. The heated moments first were on the court, but Antetokounmpo and other Bucks ended up charging into the Pacers tunnel where it got physical. The issue? The Bucks star had scored 64 points and a teammate had reached a milestone, so they wanted the ball. Pacers head coach Rick Carlisle says his team was keeping it for a rookie who made his own memory.
Was unfortunate. There's a misunderstanding about the game ball. It was Oscar Tshiebwe's first official NBA point, so we always get the game ball. We were not thinking about Giannis's franchise record, so we grabbed the ball and a couple of minutes later, several of their players ended up in our hallway, and there was a big I don't know what to call it, a fracas.
Carlisle says one of the Bucks players elbowed the Pacers GM so hard that it injured his ribs. The Pacers lost the game, 140-126. Happening now, a major milestone on the massive road construction project on the northeast side of Indianapolis. The first new ramp at I-69 and 465 is open. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez drove through it this morning.
A big headache and a big relief to a lot of drivers coming into town from the northeast side of the county. But that bridge up there takes people from I-69 to the westbound portion of I-465. It is, of course, it was scheduled to open at 6 this morning, according to INDOT, and it is the first of many ramps, as you guys have mentioned, and lanes and bridges that are going to be rebuilt due to this clear path project that is happening in the area. Project leaders say that they split up the construction into two phases, overlapping phases. The first started in December of 21. That consisted of rebuilding and adding lanes to I-465 between Fall Creek and the White River. That's scheduled to be completed sometime next year. The second phase focuses on the interchange here at I-465 and I-69. That started earlier this year. There are some changes that drivers should be aware of due to this ramp opening. The ramp to Allisonville Road from I-465 will stay closed until tomorrow, and those traveling on I-69 won't be able to get onto Binford Boulevard. This will stay into effect until late next year. According to the Clear Path Project website, all of the construction here here in around the interchange at I-69 and I-465 should be completed by the end of 2025. So there's still a long way to go on building this project up and relieving more of that congestion in that area. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook.
Bloomington is not selling its police headquarters, at least not yet. The city council last night rejected a controversial plan that would have sold the old building and used the money to move the department to a site near City Hall in the Showers building. The Fraternal Order of Police criticized that idea, saying there's not enough room for the squad cars to get in and out quickly. Council members say they'll take more time to consider the plans. A woman from Indianapolis faces charges after the death of her baby. IMPD says someone brought in the 9-month-old girl to Riley Hospital last week, badly injured. Detectives arrested her mother, Ingrid Marlene Hernandez, the next day. Monday, the baby died. The coroner has now ruled the case a homicide, and the prosecutors charged Marlene Hernandez with aggravated battery and neglect of a dependent causing death. Investigators say they will release the name of the little girl once they have notified the other family members. Your statewide news network covers Jefferson County. State police now tell us a mom and her 3 young children had been shot before a fire destroyed their home. The coroner has identified the victims as 35-year-old Naomi Briner and her 3 daughters, ages 12, 8, and 6. We first told you about the fire as breaking news yesterday. State police now tell us all 4 had been shot. Investigators have not yet released their cause of death. They say there is no ongoing threat to the community. A new report says climate change is confusing birds that fly south for the winter. And local experts say new species are moving into Indiana, causing a dangerous ripple effect. Dan Bort is the executive director of the Indiana Wildlife Federation. He says climate change is moving too quickly for migrating animals to keep up through evolution. He says warmer temperatures are causing earlier springs, leading migrant animals to possibly miss peak feeding and mating times.
If they're getting there too late, the grasses already emerge, insects have already hatched and started to move away. They've missed kind of peak time for nourishment.
Sunday, volunteers will do a bird count in the Eagle Creek area with the goal of helping scientists have a better understanding of which ones are here now. The U.S. House has formally approved an impeachment inquiry into President Biden. It happened Wednesday afternoon in a full party line vote. The vote gives official standing to an investigation that's already been underway. Conservatives in the House had been pushing for the vote despite criticism that work so far has turned up no evidence of wrongdoing. Indiana's 2 House Democrats voted against the inquiry, while all 7 Republicans voted yes, including first-term lawmaker Aaron Houchin.
For months, the White House and Hunter Biden have been stonewalling our investigation, trying to hide the truth. And this stonewalling is what's caused us to be here today.
President Biden questioned the priorities of the representatives, saying in a statement that they are focusing on a political stunt instead of doing their job and helping Americans. There's a huge prediction about Eli Lilly and company's future. Ken Lagone thinks Lilly will be the first trillion-dollar company in history. He's a billionaire investor and the founder of Home Depot. Lilly's successful management turnovers and strong research and development spending is what has kept the company so strong. The company is currently worth more than $500 billion and is the biggest healthcare stock in the world. A new survey conducted by Calendar Labs examines global paid time off trends over the last year. Workers who are the happiest in their roles took an average of 15 days of paid time off last year, according to the survey of more than 800 employees. It didn't matter whether the 15 days were lumped together or spread out across the year. American workers most commonly used PTO in December. Tonight is the 8th night of Hanukkah. While tomorrow was the last day of the Jewish holiday, people will be celebrating by lighting the menorah for the final time this evening at sundown. The Festival of Lights commemorates a victory over an empire that tried to destroy the faith. The oil was only meant to last 1 day, but instead burned for 8 days. And there is a big celebration in Carmel this evening. The Jewish community will light a giant menorah at the Chris Kindle Mart. The festivities start at 6 this evening at the Winter Pavilion. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and, of course, like us on Facebook.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.